What's up, guys? So I've got 3 surprises for y'all. One of them is I'm gonna be living in this van for about a week. Pretty freaking sweet, I must say so myself. It's a fully converted van that has a queen size bed in it. So comfortable, so comfortable. Alright, so that's the first one. The second one's, we are actually swinging around at the Great Sand Dunes National Park and Reserve. Yes! I'm freaking stoked about this because drove 4 hours to get to this location. Sorry if you hear the wind. It's pretty windy over here. Living in a van down by the river, if y'all get that kind of joke right there. A+ cookies for y'alls, because that's an awesome skit. Because yes, there is a creek down there. And then I did say I have a few surprises, and this is the other one right here.
What's up? Welcome to the van.
Nice.
Sweet.
Lovely. Come on.
There's more.
There's more. So let's go outside and I'll show you the back. It's gonna get bright. Oh, bloody hell. Let's go. So right now we're just hanging out in the van, keeping cool. It is pretty windy, but when the wind's not blowing, it's pretty hot. So a little information about the sand dunes. The sand dunes, the highest peak is about 700 feet in elevation from like where I am. But then in the middle of the day, the sand can get up to 150 Fahrenheit. Just the sand alone. So that's why we're still hanging out in the van and keeping shelter, which we'll probably go hike it up more close to like sunset, which Joyce and I, we are freaking thrilled about it. So let's go ahead and cook us up some dinner. Right, let's go. Dinner was delicious, as you can see a little bit earlier. Perfection, no?
Yeah.
Yes. So it is about 6:20 right now. Sunset at a little bit around like 8 o'clock. We're on the east side of the dunes right now. That's where the camping site is. That's where we are. So we're going to make the best of it. So as you can see, that there's that dark cloud right above it. And we're going to try to capture some lovely images showing the shapes of the dunes itself. And then I imagine once that sun hits, or once that sun goes down below the sand dunes, we can photograph the mountains behind us.
Yeah.
There is a lovely, oh yeah, you can definitely see that sucker right there. There's just a bright white cloud just hanging above that. Oh, and then to my right are these guys. Joyce says it looks like, what'd you say it will look like?
Oh, it's like a chocolate coating on an ice cream sundae. So good.
Yummer.
I'm always hungry. So, tips for next time you go sand duning. Don't learn from our mistake. Cover everything, because when that wind blows, the sand's gonna hit you everywhere. So that's why my babushka got my coverings, and we're good to go. Let's go.
One of the things when you do come out to the sand dunes is make note to any kind of like landmark. So like that sign right behind us, take a picture of that. Take note of like different rocks. Also take note of like the shapes of the mountains behind you. That way, if you do decide to stay here after sunset, you will know your way back, because we are in the middle of nowhere, so it gets dark pretty quickly. But you will always know. So like where we are right now, we are facing west. The mountains will be behind you, is east, and then you could figure out from there. Yeah.
Perfect. What he said.
I did. There was this log that was. I used it as a lovely foreground, and I had the mountains in the background, and then like the sand dunes off on the left-hand side, which I could show you guys here. And I also had like a little bit of the sand ripples to help lead your eye into the picture, which is fantastic. So one thing to be mindful of when you're in a location photographing something, leave the area for like future photographers, meaning like don't leave any footprints around the area, because there might be another photographer right behind you wanting to get the exact shot. Alright, so let's go see what Jay's doing. Yeah. Nice. No.
Puppy prints are okay though.
Oh, yeah, puppy prints. Apparently they're okay too, according to Jay. I'm going to put you guys down, and Joyce and I, we are going to snap some photos, and let's get this cracking. Hello down there. Right. So let's get this going, guys. So, as you can see, probably my skin tone right now and everything else, we've probably at the tip of the mountain, man. It's rubbish. Man, we're like Don King, all in America. But Joyce is laughing. So, and the reason why everything is like that is because if you look behind me, there's there's a huge dark cloud that is pretty much blocking all of the light. There's like a little bit of light just hitting like the tip of the mountains. So disappointing. Like we still have maybe like an hour worth of sun, but still and that dark cloud is actually going over the sand dunes, and you can still see shape, but not the ones that we're looking for. So we came across, we're just hiking, we're just trying to figure out different compositions while we still have the time. This is a little bum. I am too. But we're trying to make the best of it, which is always the best case.
There's still nighttime. There's
yes,
still stars.
There's still nighttime. So, last night was not so good. We ended up leaving the dunes a lot sooner than what we thought because there was a nasty storm that was brewing. We got some photos before that sun set behind that dark clouds. And originally we were going to come back out to the dunes at night and do some nighttime photography. But but that didn't work because of that nasty storm. We took pictures of it, everything like that. So it's pretty cool. We're heading back out to the dunes one more time to see if we could, capture a few more images before we go on to our next adventure. Jay and I decided to hike all the way to the top. We're at the last bit of a challenge, and it is freaking steep right now. Fuck yeah, it's nothing but sand. It's kind of hard to tell. Here we go. A little bit of a view of how really steep this is.
It's wild.
Peak of the sand dunes is about 700 feet. A way to figure out how much of an angle this is, you go to your iPhone. I don't know if Android has it. Go to your compass and then swipe to your left, and then that gives you more of an angle.
Moment of truth.
About 60 degrees of a incline right now, but it gets much steeper. So I'm gonna put you guys away, and we're just gonna hike this bad boy. Yeah. Well, I'll see you at the top. Alright, so I think what Joyce and I are going to be doing, we're just going to go around on top of the sand dunes and just wait for an image, because we've got these clouds that are traveling across the sky, and it's lighting up different patches of the sand dunes. Since it is midday, the clouds actually help us out to help shape the sand dunes and, to bring it out a little bit better. Yeah, so we're going to grab our camera and just wait for that right moment. Oh, yeah, that's nice. So we'll see you guys in a little bit, and enjoy these awesome shots. So we finally made it down. That was intense. It got so freaking windy up there that we were just being plummeted by the grains of sand. Oh yeah, it was spectacular. depending on the time of year you come here, say like late May, early July, all this where we're walking on is going to be a solid creek that maybe like be up to your ankles or up to your knees. But as you can see, the creek is actually starting to make its way back in. It is freaking awesome. Okay, so for the time being, some rain clouds are coming in once again, but luckily we got some awesome shots to show y'all.
Yes! Totally worth it.
Yeah, totally worth it. Alright, so that's it for the time being, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself, because I know we did. And I hope that y'all had fun with our adventures. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button. Boop. And if you want to see more of the adventures myself and Joyce and I go on, mostly for her, yeah. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Boop, boop. But until then, I will see you guys in the next video. See ya!
Bye!